Hey there people, it's Fresh Mark Sins, another fresh review, aka Zest for Life Fragrances. Today I'll be checking out fragrances that belong to the fragrance genre of the new blue. How I define this is I've seen a couple of fragrances that have the qualities of being crisp, sparkling, clear, with a fruity blue juxtaposition. They're slightly musky and they're fresh in an exotic way, and they have a slight saltiness which reminds me of the ocean. So all of these characteristics combined are the characteristics I found in the newer perfumes that I define as the new blue. So let's get straight into it. These fragrances are starting with Aqua Wood by Mansura. I was particularly impressed by the sparkling warm water nature of this. This has citruses on top and a little bit of pear to keep it sweet. And what creates the sparkle is the incense musk and slight bit of Turkish rose to create warmth in the water, a sweet warmth from the floral of Turkish rose, and aromatic ginger, amber, and Turkish rose keeps warmth with the citruses on top, and there is a very nice sparkling blue warm fragrance. It does have a touch of sandalwood in the base, but that only makes it more warm, but it continues in its fresh way. Actually, it's more of a fresh perfume than a fresh, aquatic, sparkling citrus perfume. The likes like Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum with a zesty lemon zest note in it with the sparkling incense. However, this is done in a much more bright, clear, and fresh way with the pear. So definitely check this out, Mansura Aqua Wood. The next one on the list is something from 2022. This is by Alberto Morillas, one of my favorite perfumers. After making the classic Acqua di Gio de perfume, I don't actually own it because there are a lot of other perfumes that have come along the way that have replaced it in its way, and it's become quite dated. However, this My Sensire's Blue Gin Eau de Parfum is a classic. And when I say classic, I mean modern classic, because this has mixed something that smells almost like Bombay Sapphire, which is a gin note. So Bombay Sapphire apparently has the note of juniper berries and Sichuan pepper to give a spicy, aromatic, and fresh summer drink feel. So it's bubbly, it's slightly fruity with the juniper berry on top. The Sichuan pepper gives it a fiery touch, and the Cetalox in the base makes it ambery, leathery, and slightly salty as well. So this is salty, fresh, sparkling, and it has that fruity juxtaposition on top that I'm talking about to get that um, blue fruity note with a added crispness. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the new blue fragrance. Is blue in a fruity, fresh way, has a crisp, sparkling nature in it, and the warmth is ambery or salty, that or something that would actually remind you of the oceanic salty freshness of the sea. So definitely check this one out too. Meissen Syrup Blue Gin. I think it's in Fortnum and Mason as a tester. That's why I was introduced to it. And now we get to something that is at a market price level, like say you'd find in your local Boots or the like. This is Coach Platinum, very overlooked fragrance actually, because it's been out for a while. I think it's like 2015. Not a great year for perfume. However, this is quite ahead of its time, because the sparkling freshness of this mixed with the fruity notes led to a lot of they use patchouli in the base to add some sweetness, woody sweetness, to the perfume and freshness, almost like cedarwood, but they replaced it with sandalwood to give it some warmth with the vanilla. So this is sage and geranium in the middle with sea mineral notes. Create something that is sparkly, fresh, fruity, and uplifting with the pineapple and juniper berry on top, and nice vanillic sandalwood, creamy, smooth base. So this is great for, you can actually wear this not formally, but in a smart casual way. Smart casual and casual perfume. This is what I really like about this is how ahead of its time it was. It was using clary sage to give a mineral freshness, and that's used in Armani Code Le Parfum, and it's the main characteristic of Armani Code Le Parfum. However, all I can really smell is in Armani Code Le Parfum is a mentholic and overly herbal perfume, in my opinion. But this has that fruity touch, so you can feel the juxtaposition of the fruit and the salty notes and the nice ambroxan in the base. That is another running characteristic of this new these new blue scents. They have a creamy, fresh, musky ambroxan or musk base, and this definitely has that characteristic, and that's why I put it in the list. Coach Platinum Eau de Parfum. Definitely check that one out too. It's everywhere. The next one is Casino Elixir 2.0. I actually put this first in the notes because I had so many notes in this that I thought I was going to forget. Here we go. We got juniper berries and ISO E Super plus ambroxan as added ingredients from the original Casino Elixir. Casino Elixir is a amalgamation of the fragrance of Creed Aventus and Baccarat Rouge 540. It's a clone of those two notes together, which is the apple, the birch, the blackcurrant, the pineapple of the and the apple of Creed Aventus with grapefruit and lemon top opening, so very fruity perfume mixed with something Baccarat Rouge, which is almond, saffron, and amber in a very resinous, sweet combination with jasmine in the middle to make it floral, sweet, gourmand mixed with a fruity perfume. What you get when you mix this fruity with sweet saffron and amber and almond and ambroxan freshness, juniper berries and ambroxan and ISO E Super, which boosts all of the ambroxan and the woody notes, is something that is, well, it's a celebration of a fragrance. That's why I call it, when you get all the fruity flavors and everything bursting out at you. So wow. So it's got big fruits, as I said, pineapple, blackcurrant, sweet fresh woods of patchouli, fresh cedar, and sweet amberwood. So definitely has those characteristics of a fruity juxtaposition, and this salty ambiguous really ties off the whole fragrance as something fruity, fresh, and slightly smooth and salty like the ocean. So definitely check that out. Casino Elixir by the Dua brand 2.0. And that leads me to something that may or may have not got into a list. That's why I switched my hand. This is Dolce & Gabbana Velvet Oriental Musk. So this is a very high-class perfume in terms of its rich oriental traditional musky scent, mixing it with something new by adding, so it has a traditional musky scent mixed with something new with the damask rose and slightly unusual bitter green fresh notes in it from Nagamotha. On initial spray, you get the sweetness of saffron, musk, and the green bitter freshness of Nagamotha, as I mentioned before. However, the cedar, musk, ambroxan, and tonka bean, cedar, musk, ambroxan, and tonka bean offer a sweet, fresh, and almost would I say mineral? Uh, Mineral with the ambiguous, with the ambroxan in the base. Uh, I definitely get the smoothness of the damask rose. It's a smooth, sweet, almost slightly pink floral, but very creamy nonetheless. Saffron and cardamom in the top note, which leads into the ambroxan sweetness and tonka bean. I would have said originally that the saffron and cardamom, the spicy aromatic combination, would throw it off the new blue scent realm. But I think it really actually lends it back into it because it has the characteristic of being exotically fresh. And that's what I really like about it. So it's fresh in a new direction, and it still has some warmth to it and some musky freshness. So it's salty, slightly salty, almost salty in the way that it's uh, contrasting the spicy sweetness of saffron and the spicy warmth of cumin. So cumin is slightly sour and the sweetness comes from saffron. So that juxtaposition, that contrast is what creates almost like a salty, grainy vibe along with the musk and fresh mineral nature of cedarwood. Next on the list, because that was quite a mouthful to describe, I almost got lost there. This, the Dolce Gabbana Velvet Oriental Musk, reminded me because it was half in or half out of the new blue scents because of its spiciness. Uh, the sweet spiciness of saffron reminded me of the next fragrance on the list, which is Saffron and Musk by Abdul Samad Al Qureshi. Now, this opens with fruity notes of, I believe it's a mixed fruity note, so I believe it's I definitely get blueberry. I was told juniper berries. When I looked at the woody notes and the freshness of it, I'm smelling cedar, patchouli, iris, and jasmine. I was told about iris, and the mixture of the sweet fruity notes on top, like that blueberry and acai berry, which is almost like acai berry is like a sour blueberry. So sour blueberry is sweet blueberry, and the saffron on top creates something that's sweet, fruity, slightly spicy. When mixed with the mineral freshness of cedar, it has a sparkle to it, and then the musk uplifts that sparkle and breathes a new breath of fresh air into it. Really, that sparkle. They call it royal musk because it's the aged musk, which is um, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what musk is. I was told like it's like a animal resin, like an animal fat. Um, However, deer musk is very strong and it has a white attar kind of smell to it, almost like a white sand if I was to describe it in a visual way. So the fruity top notes mixed with the musky freshness of the royal musk is then juxtaposed with some musky balsamic aged argo wood oil, which is oud wood oil, and that is mixed in there to give some balsamic touch. So you have fruity, musky fresh, slightly floral and mineral with the cedar, and in the end you have the balsamic, resinous, woody aged oud in the base. And that's what I love about this. It has an exotically fresh, slightly spiced, and fresh musky tone about it that is long lasting. This actually lasts for about 7-8 hours, I'd say. it lasts pretty long. So definitely check that out. And that is the last of the new blue scent fragrances. Definitely look out for it and tell me if you recognize any other new blue fragrances. I was actually going to mention Versace Dylan Blue because it has the oceanic sea notes, it has the spicy saffron on top, frankincense in the base, and that papyrus, which is leathery, ambery, and woody at the same time in a bitter, fresh, woody way, almost like driftwood, gives it exotic freshness. So that could also be put into the new blue scent realm. So we're no longer dealing with just neroli or galbandium here. I do love galbandium in Versace blue jeans. However, these are the new generation of slightly oceanic, fruity, fresh, and slightly spicy, ambery, salty, fresh perfumes. Definitely check it out. Like, subscribe, and comment to this channel if you enjoy this content. Whatever you do, stay free and stay fresh.